Hello everyone and welcome to my official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. Bold and beautiful spoilers. Taylor's concerns and Liam's health crisis. On Wednesday, June 18th, we've got Taylor Hayes Rebecca budding out at the Malibu beach house talking to her daughter Steffi. And Taylor thinks it's so sweet that Liam Spencer Scott Clifton relocated little Hayes Forrest of Finnegan Brian David Garlick Art School over to the Spencer Beach House. Last I heard, Taylor was trying to buy it to move in there with Ridge. And now it's an art school. I guess they just, needed a set to use for Luna Nozawa Lisa Yamada to make trouble for little Hayes. Steffi is very worried. And she tells Taylor that Liam isn't thinking about himself. He isn't focused on his health like he should be, which is the most important thing, because he's got that big old tumor in his brain and the cancer is eating him up. But she tells Taylor that all Liam is thinking about is Steffi and the kids and keeping them safe from Finn's Tana Novlan lunatic daughter. Hayes' danger. Luna's unraveling plot at the art school. Meanwhile, Hayes winds up outside the school alone when the other kids and the teachers head inside the school. That is not great teacher oversight there. And it looked like a pretty low student to teacher ratio. So, there's no excuse. He's outside with his little bucket. And that's when Luna approaches her brother Hayes outside the art school. Luna is unraveling. Rolls up on her half-brother and starts talking to him, and says she has a gift for him, and it's some sort of surprise. Now, Electra Forrester Linnea Grace is supposed to be picking up Hayes from art school. I wonder if he's going to be gone when she gets there, or if she's going to spot Luna. Things are going to be pretty wild. I'm excited to see what this lunatic does. Hopefully, Hayes comes out of it in one piece. Ridge versus Nick. Jealousy, Brooke, and a shifting power dynamic. Ridge is so salty to find his brother in the CEO office, and he demands to know why Nick is in LA. And his brother looks over at Brooke Logan Catherine Kelly Lang, who is blushing and looking down and, being all cute. Because she was just making out with Nick, which is hilarious. I'm guessing he'll probably let Ridge know that he was kissing Brooke. Ridge is totally annoyed with Nick, who has this kind of a shocking new attitude he's taking towards Ridge. Because before, socioeconomically, Nick has always been kind of less than Ridge, even though their dad Massimo Marone was wealthy. But Nick was the sailor and Ridge was the big fancy designer. The dynamic has shifted. Because Ridge is no longer better than Nick. He is a big industries mogul now, and I wonder if he's going to just flat out tell the truth that he came to win over Brooke, and I'm guessing he's going to taunt Ridge about losing the best thing in his life. I would pay $5 not to hear the word destiny 90 more times before this is all over with. But I'm very excited to see Nick poking and prodding at all of Ridge's soft places. And he just insisted to Taylor that he's over Brooke. He'll always love her. But she's who he wants. And now this giant munchy monkey wrench in the form of Nick is thrown into the mix. Hope's insecurity. Daphne's return and parallels with Brooke. Thursday, June 19th. Steffi works on convincing Daphne Rose Muriel Hilaire to return to Forrester Creations in LA. And Steffi brings up Daphne's possible return in a board meeting. And we're going to see Hope Logan Annika Knoll dead set against it. Now, she's got Carter Walton's Lawrence St. Victor ring on her finger. But I think she's going to feel threatened by the idea of Daphne's return. And it's actually kind of ironic that Hope is feeling threatened. Because Daphne is chasing Carter and trying to take him from Hope in much the same way that her mom Brooke is chasing Ridge and trying to snatch him from Taylor. If you think about it, it's very much a parallel. Hope's cool with one, but not the other, of course. Because one affects her. Brooke's dilemma. Nick's appeal in Katie's opinion. Brooke fills Katie Logan Heather Tom in about Nick coming back and their passionate kiss and him making an appeal for them to be the happily ever after story. Nick is trying to convince her that there's a new destiny possible. Now, Katie knows Brooke is still in love with Ridge, but I wonder if she will encourage her to keep fighting Taylor for him, and what might be a losing proposition or to embrace this romantic new possibility. Because Katie is going to have a very strong opinion on the matter. She has a strong opinion on everything, and she's a huge meddler. Taylor's growing insecurities. Brooke and Ridge's lingering connection. Friday, June 20th, Brooke and Taylor Hayes are sniping at each other over Nick and Ridge. Early this week, Taylor was already uneasy about Ridge Forrester, and how he was giving her these kinds of vague answers. And then he finally got firmer, you know. And I will say it was nice to hear Ridge actually say he loves and wants Taylor and that he's moved past Brooke than him just saying, "Oh, I'm keeping my word to Taylor." You know, obviously Brooke is going to prod at her, but I don't think Taylor is going to show any of her insecurities in front of Brooke. Taylor's insecurities are growing with good cause on Bold and the Beautiful. Bold weekly spoilers. Ridge's jealousy, Brooke's rejection, and Luna's plot. The week of June 23rd through the 27th, we've got Ridge still fuming over Nick. And Ridge has complained to Taylor about his presence. And I'm sure she's going to be taking note. She is a psychiatrist. She should be recognizing all these signs, all these red flags that Ridge is waving. We have got Brooke repeatedly rejected by Ridge, who is sticking with Taylor, and there's Nick who continues next week trying to get Brooke to face the facts. He is pushing the absolute gospel that Ridge is not a one-woman man, that he's not stuck by her, that he has betrayed her. Meanwhile, Nick saying he is a one-woman man. Of course, he did impregnate Katie and almost marry her. So, you know, I think when men like Logan's, they tend to like a lot of them. So, there's that. But this success that he has made Nick newly confident, borderline cocky, and that's just rubbing Ridge the wrong way as well. And that's going to continue the week of June 23rd. Taylor is increasingly worried, because Ridge is so obviously jealous of his brother. He's going to try and say it's just Nick's annoying attitude. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Taylor worries, but Taylor is already worried about Brooke's continual interference with them. And now his jealousy is on display. Taylor should definitely be worried. Nick presses Brooke Logan to face the hard truth about Ridge. And Nick is opening his heart to Brooke and wants her to do the same. So, we'll see how that goes. Hope Logan is very worried about Daphne's return. And of course, it's very likely she's going to come back and start chasing Carter again. And Hope may feel like Steffi is setting her up to fail by bringing back her rival for Carter love interest. So, we'll see. But this is Steffi more focusing on business since Daphne's fragrance line was a hit. But Hope thinks things are always personal even when they're not. Luna's dirty plot using Hayes takes shape and panic will set in soon among those that are concerned about the kid. We'll see if he's there when Elektra shows up to get him or if Luna has absconded with Steffi's son.